Hey guys, in this video we're going to be solving an algebraic equation, and the equation is 10 is equal to x plus 7. Now this equation would be considered an easy equation, so definitely go ahead and take a look at my videos on the intermediate and advanced versions of algebraic equations. So let's get right into it. The goal when you're solving an algebraic equation is always to isolate the variable. What do I mean by the variable? Well, the easiest way to put it is to isolate the letter. And in this case, the letter is x. Now, there are equations where you have two variables or two letters, and we'll talk more about that later on in another video. But let's go ahead and tackle this problem. Now, we know our goal is to isolate the x, so we look at the side of the equation where the x is on. Whenever I say the side, I'm using the equal sign as my reference. So the x is on the right side of the equal sign. The other thing that's on the right side of the equal sign is the plus 7 or the 7. And so the 7 is what is preventing me from actually reaching my goal. So I need to figure out a way to move the 7 or to get rid of it. Well, in order to do that, one rule in algebra is you always, if you're trying to move an item from the left hand to the right hand or the right hand to the left hand of the equal sign, you always apply opposite operations. How will you know what operation to use? Well, you look at the item that you're trying to remove, and in this case, our item is the 7. The operation that is attached to the 7 is the plus sign here. So it's plus 7. So the opposite of plus or add, we know, is subtract. And so if we're trying to remove the 7, we have to subtract the thing that we're trying to remove in this case. So we have to subtract 7 here. And whatever we do on one side of the equal sign, we must do it on the other side. When I subtract 7 from both sides, on the left-hand side, 10 minus 7 is 3. The equal sign remains. And anything that you did not touch or did not tamper with stays in its place. So for example, in this case, the x, we didn't tamper with the x, so we have to replace the x where we got it from. Now, we're going to look at the last part, which is the plus 7 minus 7 will give us 0. And so we don't have to worry about that. And so what we find is x is equal to 3 is the solution to this problem. And if you want to test it out, you simply plug in the 3 in the original equation wherever you see the x. And I'm going to do that for you. 10 is equal to x plus 7. Now instead of x, we're going to put 3. 10 is equal to 3 plus 7. And you can definitely confirm that 7 plus 3 is absolutely 10.